Hey, it's Nova, and Happy New Year 2026. We are officially 60% of the way done through the decade, which is just crazy. I still remember that how COVID happened. And I was a munchkin in COVID, so that's insane. But yeah, that means that 2025 is now officially out the door, and I just wanted to make the most of this day to film an absolute one-taker of a video summarizing my 2025, sharing the status quo of my life and how I want 2026 to look like and my life beyond. And yeah, I could not be bothered to edit this, so you'll have to listen to all the ums and ahs. And yeah, so let's get started. This year, looking back at 2025, has definitely been a year of, I don't know, should I call it silent progress? I'm not exactly where I want to be in life, but I'm definitely slowly getting there. In terms of music, I have unfortunately released only one single, Love Me Too, but I have made so many new industry connections, industry friends this year, which I think is just all the more most important, really. The people that you can reach out to for feedback, for advice. I have attended so many different events. I'm probably going to make videos about them on YouTube sometime soon, even though they're already like fast past. An example, for example, did I just say an example for example? Ew. The International Festival Forum, just events where I was not supposed to be allowed into this, let alone be given this guide, but it happened, and I learned so much from it, and I've learned a lot about the music business this year, from purely just speaking to people, doing my own research, going to these events. Amsterdam Dance Event 2025 was amazing. Ditto music events. I've even met Steven Cymatics in person. He's Steven or Steve? He's Steven. He followed me on Instagram. Do you know how big of a deal that is for me? Like, but yeah. So 2025 has just been so exciting, genuinely. In the realm of music business, sure, I only released one single, Love Me Too, but I have just made so many friends and people that I can reach out to once again for feedback, for mentorship, which is really what matters to me the most. I've created a whole database of contacts, of emails that I should email, and be it in business, in record labels, in promo stuff, in other producers, and that's just everything that matters, really. So I'm happy that I laid this kind of foundation for myself, and now all I have to do is just execute, is to put my head down and work. But anyways, this year I've also worked at an email marketing agency, as an e-commerce email marketer for D2C brands, which is something that I don't really want to talk about on this channel. It's not my plan for this channel at all. But essentially, since I'm in university, it's way more better to develop like an online skill that you can then sell for twice the money or triple time the money for an hour of your lifetime than someone working at a pub or something. And it also gives you amazing, great commercial awareness, like, you know. But anyways, I am waffling. I've gotten the privilege to manage the Klaviyo accounts of 7 to 8 figure e-commerce brands and really understand the whole flow of money and just the whole funnels of Facebook ads, Meta ads, Instagram ads, Zapier automations, ManyChat automations. And I think in music, we often just, a lot of us, I don't know, like, we don't, what am I waffling on about? Business is business. Whether you bake cakes, or you are a sync licensing producer expert, or you're a fitness instructor, or you have an AI that saves people's dogs. I'm saying that because I've met someone who had an AI startup that does that earlier this year. But marketing is an industry, but really it's a template. A template which, once you master, you can apply to the things that you love doing and your passion. And basically it will only accelerate your growth if you want to start something of your own. You know who to hire, you have been through everything yourself, so you know exactly what to look out for in other people. But I feel like I'm not making sense here. Basically speaking, I created an online revenue stream for myself, which is exciting because I believe that in the music game you can take one or like two paths, right? One path is the grind out music school, grind out, I don't know, a job at a record label, so on and so forth, document it online, I don't know, or just go to music school and then end up working at a like cafe because maybe you can't immediately monetize those skills. I sound like I'm some sort of business guru, you know? And then, yeah, you're kind of just stuck in a dead-end job, basically speaking, TLDR. And your 9 to 5 is your job, and your 5 to 9 is working on music, which is what a lot of the stars have done. I guess I don't know, I don't want to spill names, but a lot of people took that route and it's worked for them. But at the same time, you can 100% experience burnout by the time you're 25, because you look left and right, and people will look left and right, and they will see their friends from school, from university, blah, 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 you know, going into the corporate world or going to university and just progressing and so on and so forth, and they will feel stuck behind, and it will make you only doubt your music thing even more. But option B is, I guess, the stable, safe way of, I don't know, finding another passion or finding like I guess just, I don't want to say another career, but something that's close to music, but also allows to build money that you can reinvest back into music, because at the end of the day, it's more sustainable. You find it more fun, you don't feel burnt out, it basically allows you to play the game longer and buy your time back for yourself longer, which is inspiring. So I'm kind of taking this route, but I'm waffling. So that was bit 2 about 2025. And yeah, bit 3, like point 3, is that if you don't know, I study a bachelor's in engineering in electronics engineering with artificial intelligence at university. So I have been studying that this year. It's been a challenging year. I won't say this degree is easy. I took this degree because I wanted to kind of, I guess, learn about the whole digital signal processing stuff, and I just found it to be the most closest and practical degree to music. Because if you look back at my history, for A-levels, I actually took maths, physics, and music technology A-levels, and I was thinking to go into something like a sound recording degree, but earlier on this year, I visited Metropolis Studios early in January, and I spoken to I sat in a session with and spoken to this Grammy-nominated mixing mastering engineer. I don't even know if I want to spill names. Yeah, I just asked them, what do I need to do to get into your position? And if I took a sound recording degree, is it necessary? And they were like, no. Everyone starts from a runner. Everyone starts as the coffee cup tea boy girl. And even if you're doing electronics engineering, we're still gonna take you. We need someone to fix our stuff. That guy came from a background in studying music tech from like a University of Brighton, or I don't know, some sort of small university, or Leicester, I don't know. And he sat on that mixing mastering chair at Metropolis Studios, in that same studio, the one where you enter and you walk into the left, for like 20 years straight, to even become qualified enough and be let into rooms and work with such cool people. But yeah, so I just found taking a degree in music production not worth it at all. I'm not Martin Garrix, I'm not applying to the it's Herman Brood whatever academy, you know. And I'm kind of just basically juggling three hats. I am studying my electronics engineering with AI degree. I am pursuing music, and I am also using like my online e-com skills to basically just fund my life expenses, university, pay for mixing, mastering services, advice, mentorship, and yeah, basically speaking. So it's really weird to be juggling three things at the same time, and maybe someone would, you know, be my fly on the wall and tell me that what I'm doing is wrong. But at the same time, I think if I stick with this long enough, it's going to work. I want to live life on creative mode. If I study, and I am studying, when I finish my electronics engineering degree, I will be able to live my 20s going on the most coolest corporate, non-corporate side quests ever. What do I mean by this? I can work a year at Alpha Theta. I can, a year or three or whatever, or just how many years designing the DJ controllers around the whole world. I can work on microphone gear, on headphones. I can work at Apple because they have Logic, like the DAW. I can even work for a DAW, for example, FL Studio. Do you think I don't follow all of like these people who, I don't know, product manager at Spitfire Audio, or DSP engineer at Isotope, or AI researcher, blah blah. I follow these people and they're kind of fun. They're kind of cool. The music industry is so deep. I mean, every single industry is deep. You have the people doing the techie stuff. You have the people doing the mixing and mastering stuff. You have people in the record label business being A&Rs, or music lawyers, or music accountants, or producers for sync, producers for anything else, even sound engineers and sound designers for phones. Like Meta recently, anyways, I'm being carried away on a tangent. Meta recently uploaded this job post where they're looking for a sound designer to design notification system alerts, which is so cool, you know? So I really want to spend my 20s working at these kind of companies and pursuing music at the same time, just under this whole branch of Nova, because what essentially I want to do is I just want to inspire people. I want to, not that I'm so cool, I'm not yet cool, but I want to attract women in entrepreneurship. I've spoken to so many different I've spoken to the venture capitalist that invested into Pirate Studios this year, which was such a like full circle moment for me. And I just realized how big this industry is from attending, for example, the Music Tech UK event. I didn't even know that kind of organization exists in the UK. And people have started investing and buying out sound catalogs, and just hearing that there's even venture capitalist firms that specifically invest into entertainment businesses. There's HR firms that specifically find and recruit people who have accounting or law or whatever knowledge linked to music, and just all of these people building random startups in music, right? Which sounds so weird because I feel like everywhere, people coming out of university, people just want to be coming out of engineering, they want to go into defense or become a quant at finance, or you know, people coming out of university want to be a lawyer or a doctor. But yeah, I feel like I'm going down a rabbit hole with the niche that I've chosen. But I want to keep it open, which is why I'm pursuing engineering. Because this is, okay, I'm waffling. I am waffling about this too, for too long. But, like, finishing my engineering degree would qualify me to create things like this, my Novation Launch Control XL, and now this is like an Easter egg. This is a sneak peek of, pun not intended with the Nova thing. I bought this because I was really, I saw Laidback Luke's stuff with his Reloop DJ thing, I don't know, and I was like, you know what? I want to try that out. Maybe I should make content. I ended up being too shy. And I ended up not making enough music to actually play it out and blah blah blah. But anyways, I'll be qualified to make that kind of stuff. I'll be qualified to work on the Apple iPhone. I will be qualified to work for Alpha Theta stuff. Work at Ableton, work at Isotope, work at, as I said, Spitfire Audio, and just all of these cool companies. Which is why, like, there's so many people on the internet just, I don't want to say being selfish, but you can either choose a subject or you can either choose money in life. What do I mean by this? You can either be, your goal can either be money, and the money your goal can either be money, and you would then find the vehicle that would take you the closest to money, which would be, you would try drop shipping, you would try, SMMA, you would try, I don't know, Amazon FBA and all of these kind of things, or Airbnb flipping, and it could actually get you there. Or you could find an interest and then try to, i.e. music tech, or I don't know, I have no clue, any sort of different topic, and you can try become a master at that topic, or at least, I don't know, yeah, and then you can actually try solve problems in that topic, and then earn your millions or bajillions or thousands through that. I feel like I'm hyperbolizing stuff, but I'm gonna be cringing myself from this video so much looking back. This is what happens when you spend 16 minutes with just waffling on your iPad. But anyways, that was that. So that's my main 3 kind of pillars of what I've been doing in 2025. And I just wanted to address, this kind of, I guess it's a polymath type of thing. But yeah, I just want a sort of dual career. Because I feel like if I go absolutely full into music and cut off any sort of marketing, any sort of engineering stuff, I will enjoy it, and then the enjoyment will drop because I'll be doing semi-corporate stuff, which is actually fine. Corporate is not boring. Wait, am I phrasing myself correctly? It's just that not everything creative is always creative. It usually looks nice from the outside, but it's actually, it becomes mundane and everyday. So I just want to grow a career in engineering and music at the same time. People that inspire me, creators that inspire me the most, and people in life right now that inspire me the most are people like, wait, oh no, come on, wait, can you give me a second? Wait, there's no way that I literally forgot all of these people's names. I've just blanked out for a second. Rob the Bank, the creator Rob the Bank. He is an Amazon FBA, I think, reseller, dropshipper, I think, TikTok shop person. I think he manages Blondish. And yeah, he's just a guru who's pumping out so much content in terms of life philosophy, life advice, but he's also a businessman, a father with kids, and also travel, like, e-com, etc. But he also does music, has his own record label. As I said, I think he manages or whatever with Blondish, and yeah, like, that's so cool, right? People like, what is her name? Courtney Bianca, who, I don't know what she studied at university, but she dropped out of university to become part of Drake's management team. And then from there, she co-founded tech companies. And now she's co-founder or partial owner in a bunch of 7-8 figure tech companies. A bunch of, or just one, I don't know. But that's so cool. That really, really inspires me. Unfortunately, I'm not in a position to magically drop out of university because I'm not earning 20k a month from email marketing for e-commerce brands. Neither am I a world touring DJ, which I kind of wish I would. At the current age I haven't stepped into my 20s yet, but I can see them somewhere in the horizon, and I'm like, damn, one day I'll have to be a mum. Not that I have to, nobody's forcing me, but I want to. And I have to. Women have to just plan out their life. Unfortunately, we live in a different timeline to guys. We can't chase our passion and pursue our passion for eternity until we're 45, and only then think about family. You know, it's a different grey ocean. So I have this pressure on me that I have to do something and document it online, because this is kind of how people get to know you. Damn, we're already 20 minutes in. I don't expect anyone to see this video at all. It's just for me to go back and yeah. I really look up to Alex Hormozy, Iman Ghazi, blah blah blah, but then they're nothing to do with music. Who else? DJ Bedalia. This DJ that he's a NHS doctor, but also a DJ at the same time. And he's DJ'd Tomorrowland, interviewed like Laidback Luke and Alok and all these cool DJs, and I just find it inspiring how someone can just genuinely have success in two fields and merge it all together in one personal brand. But yeah, that's kind of that. Stephen Bartlett, I've been listening to all his podcasts, Diary CEO podcasts, and also I've been listening to his podcasts to do with AI, like episodes to do with AI, where these really influential people who have invented artificial intelligence, basically, have been like top level researchers, talk about how we're in a dangerous time. Code Red, OpenAI is competing with Gemini, and how it basically just tells me that I need to really crack on with my degree. I need to really crack on with making an online income, and I need to really crack on with music at the same time, everything, and really just build a strong personal brand. That's kind of key in this digital age, but also dark times are coming, which means that I need to up my bank account. I need to create as much music, because I've been to Amsterdam Dance Event this year, last 2025, and you would be in a room with the most serious people ever. I don't know, Focus, Dr. Dre's sub-producer, whatever, assistant producer, or Julia Borelli, mixing and mastering engineer, and people, like these really cool people, and people, the very first question when the focus got shifted from the panel of speakers to the audience would be, how do you think AI is going to impact your job? It's not. In music, it's basically their explanation was it's going to be used for ideation, creating ideas, rather than actually executing things, because it's not, it just sounds crap, it sounds doo-doo, and it's also used for finding like similar songs, but anyways. What else did I want to talk about here? I've made like a whole Apple Notes type thing. But yeah, engineering is not my plan B. It's part of my plan A. Genuinely speaking, it's part of my plan A. It only makes my life even more fun, I guess, baseline stable. And it opens doors for me to speak to founders who are the most exciting, inspiring people, and I want to be surrounded by inspiring people who are creators. Being a music producer and being an engineer, be them a chemical engineer or anything, what they share in common is creativity. Just, I guess, music production is easier than quantum physics. Don't quote me on this, and don't penalize me for that opinion. But it's still creativity. It's just a different depth of creativity. What am I waffling on about? But yeah, on one hand, I felt once like just quitting music, because I felt like at my age, and the more time passes by, the more you feel like no longer want to pursue this passion because you feel childish for wanting to do it, and you feel unserious. You just feel like you're no longer fitting into that, I guess, I don't know, billionaire's wifey, quiet person that doesn't even have any internet presence. I wish I could clip like that podcast clip of Iman Ghazi saying that he wants his wife to have no Instagram. Like, I would just be absolutely disqualifying myself from that type of archetype. But at the same time, I just want to be happy in life. And I think happiness and actually doing something with your life is the most attractive thing ever. So the more I spend my life, I guess, invisible, under the radar, in the shadows, trying to be working on something, the more opportunities I'm actually getting myself rid of, because people don't know about me and what I do, which is not great. It's not an advantage, it's a disadvantage. Even though that means losing my privacy, that means, or not like entirely, but it just means extra opinions from people. It means extra unwanted opinions and just, I don't know. Yeah. What else? Yeah. Okay. I wanted to also introduce you to this concept that I have called the 3 pillars of fulfillment in life. I feel like I haven't been waffling about, talking about the 2025 enough. I'm just talking about theoretically my life, but I'm talking about where I want it to go, right? That's where we're on right now. This is like the worst video ever, but this is 26 minutes as of right now of filming this, so I should continue. One other bullet point that I put into here is my 3 pillars of fulfillment in life. I'm probably going to make a Instagram short someday about this, but essentially, so I believe in the 3 pillars of fulfillment in life. Pillar number 1 is building cool things for the better of tomorrow. Whether it be a startup, whether it be a well in Africa, whether it be being an architect and designing the Houses of Parliament. You build things, you create new things. You're a creator for the better of tomorrow. Pillar number 2 is helping people, saving lives, and just basically helping. Whether it be donating to charity, giving your money away, and educating people on how to get from A to B. It's the most fulfilling thing ever, and that's pillar number 2. And pillar number 3 is creating the best possible moments for the now, which is what music fulfills for me. So engineering fulfills pillar number 1, and music for me fulfills pillar number 3, and I only think there's 3 pillars. Sure, getting a ton of money is a pillar of its own, but really it links back to pillar number 2, which is helping people, because you're not going to just stare at the digits in your Stripe account. You're going to buy things for yourself, but also for your family, because they're the people that you want to say thank you to and give back to. So it fits under pillar number 2. Anyways, pillar number 3, making memories, making moments. There's a reason why in New Year people scroll through their phone and be like, oh my gosh, the highlight of my year was this Post Malone concert that I went to in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, because it was so cool. There were 40,000, 30,000 people in the crowd, and like I experienced them singing and chanting all the lyrics. You're not going to be remembering how you were building circuits, or maybe you will, or kind of modeling up pitch decks and or like Microsoft Excel statistics stuff, because those days will blend together and you won't remember them vividly as individual days. But music is something where it fulfills pillar number 1 of creation, when you create and release a song and it's now there as a digital asset on Spotify, on your Spotify account. but now also it fulfills pillar 3 if you use that and then play it out as a DJ set. And what this year has really done for me is converted me into someone who really likes electronic dance music. When I was 14, I genuinely looked at Tate McRae, Billie Eilish, and all these pop stars, and I was like, I want to be like them. Even though I was learning FL Studio and electronic dance music stuff and watching Jonas Aiden tutorials, now I'm more interested in the electronic stuff, even though I still like pop, but just the art of gathering people for a party and so on and so forth is so cool. And I'm someone who doesn't party for the sake of partying. I've been to like James Hype's, for example, Sync Show. I go there as if I'm going to Saboon to watch Sabrina Carpenter. I'm not drinking the Jägermeisters and whatever shots of vodka. I'm just there to just watch it sober because I enjoy it. And these kind of you see those videos of the Las Vegas Globe and how Anima is playing that, and this is all just so cool. So I've really immersed myself into electronic dance music this year, and I've been to Defected Records HQ, I've been to Armada Records HQ, I've gotten a ton of emails of like A&Rs and so on and so forth. I'm closer to there, if that makes sense. I've met James Hype, I've taken a photo, blah blah blah, of him. I have spoken to his manager, Rewire 121, and just a bunch of other cool people. Yeah, that was my 3 pillars. That's my lecture on 3 pillars. What else? Another bullet point of mine was transparency. And yeah, I just want to use this YouTube channel as a digital resume of my projects. Having an engineering degree is not enough. I need to have a sense of urgency to myself. I need to be creating a whole portfolio. I think Nova should have a website of different plugins, or just even separate of that, I should create a website of different software projects, even though with AI, I feel like software is just going to be vibe coding. That's kind of the future of coding. But even then, you still need people who understand this stuff. And I can't magically convert into a biomedical engineer, or I don't know, like a chemical engineer, or definitely can't be a plumber anymore, you know? So I've chosen this field because as I said, it's the only kind of practical thing that's linked to music, and I'm still under the umbrella term of music, and I actually like this stuff. So yeah, a net that catches, like, yeah, I want this YouTube channel to just be a net for catching like-minded people, genuinely. If you had the capacity to spend 30 minutes with me, hearing me out on my goals, my future, thank you. And I hope that we're alike, and I hope that we're similar. And if we are similar, give me a message on Instagram, because I'd love to be friends with you. Because this is the point of putting yourself out there on social media, so that people hear you, understand that you exist, and yeah, reach out to you, give you opportunities, or don't. But yeah, something I don't expect to become Mr. Beast. I just care about my inputs at this page, not my outputs. Correct. This year, I aim at uploading one YouTube video a week. That is a big goal. That's a commitment. I'm sure we can stick to it. That means that I would probably 1 times 4 times 12, 48. If I stuck to it, I would have had 48 videos out on my channel, which is actually not a lot. Given that they're not something that's broad, the market for this type of videos is niche, they will just exist for fun. And I think that's the point. It takes the weight of my chest that I'm actually sharing my life. Because yeah, though there is a term that says grow in silence, but I feel like that rids you of so many opportunities and new friendships, blah blah blah. I already said that. Cool. Moving on to the next bullet point. This is a 34-minute video. Crazy. Cool. I hate DJing and singing live. Eesh. According to that. Is this true? Yes, but to an extent. Hear me out. Specifically white girl music DJing. There's a huge difference between a producer, DJ, musician, and songwriter. I'm absolutely more of a producer and songwriter, which is so true. I love coming up with songs and then producing the track to those songs, and yeah. The reason I turned to electronic dance music is low barrier to entry. I hated learning instruments and spending more of my time learning how to produce growing up. That's what I've done. I've watched all those Jonas Aiden tutorials, as I said, track breakdowns by the biggest DJs, producers, even though I've watched, what was it, Robert, Rob, whatever, Dua Lipa, Dance the Night Away, like, whoever, whatever, his stuff is just so awesome as well. In the pop world, even though I watched that channel, still, I feel like people are looking at me and being like, how do you not know that guy's full name? Anyways, but yeah, DJing is just a way for me to play out my music rather than becoming a James Hype wizard at mixing, because I don't get the dopamine spike of just mixing white girl music together. EDM goes, so I chose electronic dance music because you only need a laptop for this stuff. You can play it out to people. You only need a USB stick to throw a party. You is still united with people around the world. What else? With mixing random, so yeah. And it goes well with the gym. So yeah, last year I DJ'd at a club. It was my kind of club debut. I never filmed any of this because I felt like 50% of it I enjoyed, but the other remaining time I felt like I had this internal guilt of wasting time. I enjoy because sorry, I'm just trying to talk but then also read this, but I don't want to read it word for word because that would just be dumb. But let's read it, why not? So, I DJed at a club and I thought I enjoyed it 55%. I had an internal guilt of wasting time in me. True. I enjoy getting tickets to see my favorite DJs, James Hype, John Summit, David Guetta, Boris Breyer, type of raves where you can actually go and enjoy it sober. I actually appreciate the art. I cringe from white girl music DJing at student nightclub franchises like Pop World, Labyrinth, or so on and so forth. Not that I ever not want to play at these, but I just cringe from that kind of stuff that attract people who are there to get wasted and act like they are enjoying themselves, though they have heard that same song being spun for the 1000th time. That's so true, and that's what I don't like about this culture. But, like, do you get what I mean? But I guess we all start somewhere, right? I just want to make music, release it, and then if it gets enough attention, once the demand is there, then I can do my DJ sets. Of course, I will be practicing DJing, but yeah, I just find it so lame going to clubs, to these kind of low-level clubs, and just hearing the same stuff all over again. Unless you're with a really good group of friends, but yeah. Music is the theme track to and unique documentation of my life, rather than all I ever do. But is that really a bad thing? Anyways, that's all that I put in my notes. I hope you get what I mean. I have been waffling for the past 40 minutes, and I think that I want to bring this video to a close before I actually run out of storage. This year has been, I hope this has given you a good summary of my headspace, where I am right now, who I look up to, what my goals are. I feel like I am juggling 3 hats, which is not beneficial, and I have to drop one of them, but I can't because I enjoy all 3. And one takes care of my finances. I can't immediately monetize my degree, neither can I immediately monetize my music. I've tried being like a sync producer, but failed. I should probably come back into that, but that's the point of this channel, is that I document all of my side quests, all of my journey to becoming Nova, to being that engineering entrepreneur music producer, which sounds so cheesy. It sounds hella cheesy. But I think that when it's done and well executed, I will be happy, and my happiness is what matters the most. Here's the mood board that I have created for Nova. Let me get it up for you. Let me get up. Give me a second. She will be this chic. I've already as of right now, I have 620 followers on Instagram. I will definitely go more ham on YouTube, I think, because I prefer. By the way, this is a very boring video because I didn't even write a script to this stuff, which is why it's taking me so long. But it's just to carry my point across. But yeah, I want to focus more on long term because it's just more fun. You can go down further rabbit holes. You have people's time and attention of watching your YouTube video. Unlike people who just scroll past and forget who you are on Instagram, but I probably should aim at posting 2 to 3 Instagram reels a week as well. So yeah, but this is kind of the vibe of my page. It's very much retro, kind of brown, analog, warm, saturated type aesthetic. And let me show you the pictures. I just found this off of Pinterest and I shared it with some people. Like, this is my banner on my YouTube channel. So yeah, just an aesthetic that's kind of this retro analog chic type aesthetic because stay chic. I find it so tacky when DJs and people in the electronic music space become these, wear black t-shirts and neon stuff, and it's just so not. If you've ever heard of the concept of the Start-Guy, oh my gosh, I absolutely love this man with his kind of Start-Guy personality, Constance, the Start-Guy, who's like the more old money aesthetic, and then there's the cousin who is the cousin Colton, and he's like the new money aesthetic in Gucci, Prada, Balenciaga, Van Cleef, Tesla, and he created his brand Poubelle, which they actually have a DJ controller charm and they have a music charm. Hey, Poubelle, please may I become your brand ambassador, but I am not worthy of that yet. I am not worthy of this yet. I've created a Mission Impossible list of probably like 75 plus things that I want to do before I die, and trust me, being a brand ambassador of Poubelle or just have a sponsored post blah blah is on it. So that's one thing that I'm going to share from that list. Sorry, my light bulb, I literally just have a light bulb. I need to put like a thing on it. But yeah, I have an SBA See Believe Achieve worksheet right there in the corner of my table, and I don't really know if I want to share it. This one I made in, I don't know, Life's Vision. It even has Iman Ghazi on it. That's so cringy. Life's Vision is just music studio, nomadic income engineering. Look at this kind of warm Jonas Aiden studio type thing. A lot of French music creators, because I love French music. It's so chic. I should probably also this year, I want to stick to making and releasing one remix a week. That's tough. That's a challenge. But I want to remix Tate McRae songs by Luanya, Indila, like French songs, and just kind of these songs where not a lot of people remix them on SoundCloud, yet they are very much like a girls type song, and hopefully I'll build a community, we'll see. But as I said, I want to build a community of people who have spark. That's what I really seek out in friendships, in relationships, just people who have spark, who are inspired, who are living, thriving, and someone said I sound like ChatGPT when I told them they're thriving in their niche. No, they're, I don't know, you know, mastering their craft, or people who, yeah, they just have a spark about what they do. And I think that's the community that I want to create. It would be so cool to just have followers that I can go on a random afternoon tea with, and like gather 20 people from one Instagram story for us to go and drink tea and just gossip about life, and build this like community of women who are in tech, finance, I don't know, law, sure, those like magic three things, but just any other, like music, any other industry ever, people who have spark, and people who, I guess, find some sort of connection in what I do. How do I finish this video? 2025 was a really cool year. A very, very freaking cool year. And as I said, looking into my 20s, I hope that they're great. I hope that they're well. I hope that I don't get lost, because, you know, juggling three things at the same time, you kind of go through this identity loss of like, oh my gosh, 1/3 of my time has to be dedicated to everything, but at the same time, no. I prioritize some things over the other, and all of them make sense together. Even though on some like on some episode or whatever, Stephen Bartlett was talking to this guy who wrote the 48 Laws of Power, and was saying how some younger cousin of his was doing Bitcoin, but also was doing this, and then also was doing this, and was struggling to link all of it together. In my opinion, what I'm doing right now links perfectly together. Now, this is either going to be my fatal flaw in life, or it's either going to actually be the catalyst to my success, because yeah, it opens doors for me, it gives me a deeper understanding of business, and I just feel like I'm capable of more than just being someone who produces music. Yeah. How do I want to finish this video? I feel like I want to finish this video on a cool note, but I don't know what else I want to say. I will probably, like, I want to, like, hit stop. I want to hit the stop button, but it's 47 minutes now, so I should probably stop. Getting all those New Year's messages from people is so nice. I'm so grateful for everyone who made 2025 special for me, for all the people that I met, for all the people that I've left behind in 2025, because I have left some people behind in 2025, and it sucks, and I still remember them, and I'm like, oh my god, wow. I'm just waffling. But yeah, it's been it's been a cool half of a decade. From COVID to 2025, it's been a cool half a decade, and it's time to bloody move mountains. There's no excuse for me not to. I have my university facilities of lecturers who have PhDs in artificial intelligence. I have recording studios that I'm not allowed to access because I'm not on the music and sound recording course. Ugh. But I have access to electronics studio labs to build equipment. I have access to an acting school in my university with pianos that I can record things on, and book rooms for. I have access to an amazing library. I have access to, most importantly, students societies and people who I share common interests with, and who I should build with. So it's now or never. I think that's how I'm gonna end this video. It's now or never. I hope this unedited video, finds me well some day in the future, where I'll be looking back and being like, damn. This year I want to book more DJ gigs for myself, become a better DJ, but that's only to play my own music out. And I want to grow a personal brand, and everything else I just write down on paper and on my Mission Impossible list, rather than just say over here, because I feel like I've said enough. Thank you so much to everyone who's given me the best opportunities ever this year. I'll probably make a ton more videos about things that I have attended and experiences that I've lived through in 2025. But cheers to the start of 2026. I have a big to-do list, a fat to-do list of internships to apply to, of people to reach out to, of deadlines to meet, of exams to revise for, because this is January and we have January exams. And I'm just grateful. I feel gratitude, and hopefully I know that I'm going in the right direction. Mwah. Bye-bye. Happy 2026.